Have you ever woken up and thought, where did the energy I used to have go? Or maybe you've noticed yourself hesitating to take on something new, questioning if you still have the strength or confidence to tackle it. You're not alone. As we get older, it's easy to feel like our confidence starts to fade, especially after 60. Society often tells us that age can slow us down, or that we might not be as capable as we once were. But what if I told you that your confidence doesn't have to fade as you age? In fact, this is the perfect time to regain it, embrace it, and live life with renewed purpose and power. In this video, we're going to talk about 7 powerful actions you can take today to regain your confidence after 60. Whether it's feeling good about yourself, stepping outside of your comfort zone, or simply finding the courage to start something new, these actions will help you unlock your inner strength and rediscover the confidence that's always been within you. Let's start with the first action. Acknowledge and embrace your achievements. It's easy to forget about all the things we've done in our lives. Over the years, you've likely accomplished so much: raised children, built a career, traveled, created lasting relationships. But after 60, we tend to focus more on what's ahead, instead of celebrating what we've already done. Have you ever stopped and really reflected on your journey? I know someone named Alice, a woman in her early 70s, who was always looking ahead, thinking she needed to do more. One day, she sat down and started writing out everything she had achieved in her life. To her surprise, the list went on and on: career successes, friendships, personal growth, and even small victories like mastering a new hobby. Once she took time to acknowledge those achievements, she realized just how much she had to be proud of. That moment of reflection was the first step she took toward regaining her confidence. Taking time to acknowledge your accomplishments is powerful because it helps shift your focus away from what you haven't done yet and toward what you've already done. Your journey is unique, and it's important to celebrate the milestones that have shaped you. Recognizing your achievements will remind you of your strength, resilience, and capabilities. Now, the second action to regain confidence is take care of your physical health. When we feel good physically, we naturally feel better about ourselves. This doesn't mean you have to run marathons or lift heavy weights, but maintaining your health through small, consistent actions can make a huge difference in how you feel day to day. Simple actions like eating nutritious meals, staying active, and getting enough rest can boost your energy levels and overall well-being. I'm sure many of you have heard about the benefits of exercise, but it doesn't have to be anything extreme. Even light activities like walking, yoga, or stretching can improve your mobility, flexibility, and mood. It's about moving your body in a way that feels good to you. Take, for example, John, a man in his late 60s who had stopped being active after he retired. He felt sluggish and had trouble finding the energy to do the things he enjoyed. One day, he decided to start taking short walks around his neighborhood. At first, it was hard, but as the days went by, he noticed that his energy levels began to rise, and he started feeling more confident in his body again. Exercise can do wonders for both your physical and mental health. It improves circulation, boosts your mood, and helps you feel more energetic and positive. Now that we've talked about embracing your achievements and taking care of your physical health, let's move on to the third action: learn something new. One of the best ways to regain confidence after 60 is to push yourself out of your comfort zone and learn something new. This doesn't mean you have to take on something huge, but picking up a new skill or hobby can reignite that spark of excitement and curiosity. When was the last time you tried something new? Maybe there's a hobby you've always been interested in: painting, gardening, or learning a musical instrument, but you haven't made time for it. Or perhaps there's something you've always wanted to learn but felt unsure of yourself. Taking that first step towards something new can feel empowering. Consider Margaret, who at 65 took up knitting after seeing her granddaughter enjoy it so much. At first, she was intimidated by the idea of learning something so new, but as she practiced, she felt her confidence grow. The act of mastering a new skill, no matter how small, can give you a huge confidence boost. It reminds you that you're capable of more than you may have realized, and it's never too late to start. Starting something new is about exploring your interests, embracing your creativity, and discovering new strengths that can boost your confidence in ways you didn't expect. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but that's part of the process. The more you learn, the more you realize you're capable of, and that realization can fuel your confidence. Now that we've talked about acknowledging your achievements, taking care of your health, and learning something new, let's move on to the next powerful action you can take to regain your confidence. Let's dive into the next action that can help you regain your confidence. Surround yourself with positivity. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on how you feel about yourself. If you're constantly around negative influences or people who drain your energy, it can be hard to feel confident. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, uplifting individuals, it's like a breath of fresh air for your confidence. Take a moment to think about your social circle. Do the people in your life lift you up and encourage you? Or do they make you feel small, insecure, or doubt yourself? It's so important to nurture relationships that make you feel good about who you are. I have a friend named Helen who, after retiring, realized she'd been spending a lot of time with a few friends who were very negative. They often talked about their ailments or focused on complaints, and over time Helen noticed her own outlook becoming more pessimistic. She decided to make a change. She started spending more time with friends who were energetic, curious, and optimistic. It didn't take long for her to notice how much better she felt. She started feeling more confident, positive, and excited about her own life. Now, you don't need to completely cut ties with people, but it's about finding a balance. Spend more time with people who celebrate you, inspire you, and encourage you to be your best self. Their positivity will help reinforce your own sense of self-worth, making it easier to feel confident in who you are. The fifth action to regain your confidence is practice self-compassion. As we get older, it's easy to become our own harshest critics. We start to focus more on our flaws, our mistakes, or what we haven't yet achieved. But here's the truth. You've lived a full life with experiences that have shaped who you are, and you deserve to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Self-compassion is about being gentle with yourself, especially when things don't go as planned or when you don't feel at your best. Instead of beating yourself up over perceived shortcomings, show yourself the same kindness you would offer to a close friend. I think of Richard, a man in his 70s, who spent years focused on what he hadn't achieved or what he felt he was lacking. He would often criticize himself for not keeping up with others. But one day, he decided to start practicing self-compassion. He began writing down the things he was proud of and reminding himself of his strengths, rather than focusing on the things he wished he'd done differently. Over time, he noticed that this simple shift in perspective helped him feel more confident. Instead of being hard on himself, he began to celebrate his growth and progress. Practicing self-compassion isn't about ignoring areas for growth, but about accepting where you are, acknowledging your efforts, and treating yourself with the same kindness and respect you give others. This practice helps to nurture your self-esteem and ultimately strengthens your confidence. Now let's talk about setting achievable goals. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when you think about all the things you want to do or accomplish, but sometimes when we set huge, unrealistic goals, we end up feeling discouraged when we don't meet them. The key is to set small, achievable goals that you can work towards day by day. These goals don't have to be grandiose. They can be simple steps toward a larger vision. I know a woman named Doris who, after retiring, struggled with finding purpose. She wanted to feel productive and energized, but the idea of diving into something new felt too big. Instead of setting lofty goals, she started with something small, organizing her garden and planting some new flowers. It wasn't a massive project, but every time she checked off a small goal, like planting a new flower bed or arranging her outdoor seating area, she felt a surge of accomplishment. These little wins helped her build momentum and gave her confidence to take on more. Setting achievable goals doesn't mean you're settling. It's about celebrating progress, no matter how small. These wins accumulate and build your confidence over time, showing you that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. Now that we've talked about surrounding yourself with positivity, practicing self-compassion, and setting achievable goals, let's move on to the next action you can take to boost your confidence. Now that we've covered surrounding yourself with positivity, practicing self-compassion, and setting achievable goals, let's move on to the next powerful action, embracing your strengths and celebrating your uniqueness. As we get older, it's easy to get caught up in societal standards or compare ourselves to others. We might think we're not as active, as accomplished, or as attractive as we once were. But the truth is, you are unique, and your strengths are still just as valuable, if not more so, than ever before. Take a moment to think about what makes you special. What are the things you do well? Maybe it's your ability to listen, offer support, or share wisdom. Perhaps you have a knack for solving problems, or maybe you excel at making others laugh. Whatever your strengths are, embrace them. Consider someone like Ruth, who, after 65, started feeling self-conscious about not being as physically active as she used to be. She compared herself to others who were running marathons and staying physically fit, and she started doubting her own worth. But over time, Ruth realized that her true strength wasn't in how fast she could run. It was in the way she supported her friends and family, her ability to nurture her relationships, and the wisdom she shared with others. Embracing these qualities helped her regain her confidence and appreciate what she had to offer the world. Recognizing your strengths allows you to stop comparing yourself to others and focus on what you can give to the world. By embracing what makes you unique, you'll rediscover your confidence and realize that you have so much value to offer. Next, let's talk about taking care of your emotional health. Confidence isn't just about feeling good in your body, it's also about feeling good in your mind. Emotional health is often overlooked, but it plays a huge role in how confident you feel. If you're constantly stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, it can be difficult to feel confident in yourself. Taking care of your emotional health means prioritizing your mental well-being. This might involve practicing mindfulness, talking to a therapist, journaling your thoughts, or simply learning to say no when you're feeling overwhelmed. The act of slowing down, reflecting, and being in tune with your emotions can make a world of difference in how you perceive yourself. Take Susan, for example. After a few years of dealing with anxiety and stress, Susan realized that her emotional health was affecting her confidence. She decided to invest time in practices that helped her feel grounded, like yoga, meditation, and talking to a counselor. Over time, she found that when she took care of her emotional health, her confidence grew naturally. She felt more secure in who she was, which made her feel more confident in her decisions and interactions. Taking care of your emotional health isn't just about feeling good in the moment. It's about creating a lasting foundation for your confidence to thrive. When you prioritize your mental well-being, it reflects in everything you do. The final action to regain your confidence is celebrate your progress, not perfection. After 60, it's easy to feel like you've missed out on certain achievements or that you haven't done everything you wanted to do. But the key to boosting your confidence is recognizing that it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every step you take, every new experience, every action you take towards your goals is something to be proud of. Think about Clara, who in her 70s started learning how to play the piano after years of wanting to, but never finding the time. At first, she was frustrated with how long it took to pick up new pieces and how she wasn't as fast as she used to be, but instead of focusing on perfection, she started celebrating her small wins. She felt proud when she learned a new song, no matter how simple it was. Those little victories added up, and her confidence grew as she recognized how much progress she had made. Celebrating progress, no matter how small, helps shift your focus away from perfectionism and builds your confidence along the way. It's about recognizing that you're on a continuous journey of growth, and every step you take is something to be proud of. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Confidence is not something that happens overnight. It's a journey, and every action you take to nurture it will help you become more empowered, self-assured, and fulfilled. Whether it's acknowledging your achievements, learning something new, or embracing your uniqueness, remember that confidence comes from within. It's about loving and accepting yourself, knowing that you are worthy and capable of achieving great things. I hope these actions inspire you to regain your confidence and live your best life. You're never too old to take these steps, and with each choice you make to embrace your strengths, take care of your mind and body, and celebrate your progress, you'll feel that confidence grow. If this video resonated with you, I encourage you to check out the affiliate products in the description below, tools that can help you on your journey to better health, self-care, and confidence. Your next step toward embracing your full potential is just a click away. Before you go, make sure to watch the next video on the screen. It's packed with more insights and tips to help you live a vibrant, confident life. Tap it now, and let's continue this journey together. You've got this, and I'm cheering you on every step of the way.